My friends, let's get one thing straight. Turning 60 is not the end of the road. It's the start of a smarter, stronger, and more intentional chapter of life. But here's the problem. Too many people believe that the only way to stay active after 60 is to walk and walk and walk some more. You've seen it, haven't you? Crowds of well-meaning folks pounding the pavement, heads down, shuffling along, hoping those steps alone will keep them young. But walking blindly, without purpose or plan, isn't enough anymore. Because what your body truly needs after 60 isn't just movement, it's the right kind of movement. See, walking is good, but it's not the whole story. Your body, this beautiful, resilient machine, deserves more than repetition. It deserves evolution. The first move you need to embrace is balance training. Balance is not just about staying upright. It's about staying independent. Every year, millions of older adults fall because their balance has quietly eroded. But here's the beautiful truth. Balance can be rebuilt. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth, walk heel-to-toe across the room, or practice gentle yoga poses. Every little wobble, every small correction, is your body reawakening the neural pathways that keep you stable and strong. Don't wait for the fall to teach you the lesson. Train now, so you can move freely later. The second move is all about strength, especially in your legs, core, and back. Muscle is the engine of longevity. Without it, even walking becomes a chore. But with it, you thrive. You don't need heavy weights or fancy gyms. You just need consistency and courage. Try squats using your chair for support. Rise up on your toes to strengthen your calves. Or use resistance bands to fire up those forgotten muscles. Every rep you do is a declaration. I am not fading. I am fortifying. Because strength is not about size. It's about resilience, control, and the power to keep showing up for your life. And then comes the third move, flexibility. Let's be honest, stiffness sneaks up like a thief in the night. One day you wake up and realize bending down feels different, reaching overhead feels restricted, and your shoulders whisper, remember when this was easy. But flexibility training can change that story. Simple stretches, deep breathing, and mindful movement keep your joints lubricated, your spine supple, and your spirit free. Don't let your body close in on itself. Stretch it open. Breathe into your movements, and let every motion remind you that life still flows through you. When you combine these three: balance, strength, and flexibility, you don't just move better, you live better. You walk taller, you breathe deeper, you feel more alive, and suddenly, your age stops being a number, but it becomes a badge of wisdom, earned through motion, not stagnation. Because aging is not a slow fade, it's a transformation, a shift from pushing harder to moving smarter. So stop walking blindly, my friends. Stop letting routine replace intention. Every step you take from this day forward should have purpose. Every move should say, I am still here, still capable, still powerful. Because your 60s and beyond are not about retreating from life, they're about mastering it. This is your time to move with awareness, with gratitude, and with fire in your spirit. You don't need to walk longer. You need to move better. Reclaim your balance, rebuild your strength, restore your flexibility. Your body is not done yet. Your story is not over yet. The best moves of your life are still ahead if you dare to take them with intention, passion, and purpose. Let's talk about that first and most vital shift, because after 60, balance isn't just a skill, it's survival, it's freedom, and it's the foundation of every move you'll ever make. You see, balance is one of those things we take for granted until we start losing it. The truth is, balance quietly begins to slip away with time. Muscles weaken, reflexes slow, and those inner ear sensors that help you stay upright lose a bit of their edge. You may not even notice it at first. A small stumble on uneven ground, a quick grab for the chair when getting up too fast, or that subtle hesitation before climbing the stairs. But those tiny moments are your body whispering, hey, it's time to pay attention. Here's the reality. Walking alone won't fix balance. In fact, walking the same way every day without variation can reinforce patterns of movement that actually make you less stable. You might be moving, yes, but you're not necessarily training your body to react, adapt, or recover when life throws you off balance. What you need after 60 are intentional balance exercises that strengthen the systems responsible for keeping you steady: your muscles, your joints, and your brain. Balance is a three-way conversation between your eyes, your inner ear, and your body's proprioception, the ability to sense where your limbs are in space. When any of these systems weaken, you lose stability. The good news, you can train all three. Start small. Stand on one foot for 10 seconds while holding onto a counter for support. Then, as your confidence grows, reduce that support. Feel the micro adjustments your body makes, the gentle sway, the subtle tension in your ankles and core. That's your nervous system learning, adapting, and strengthening. Another powerful way to improve balance is through dynamic movements that challenge your coordination. Walking held to toe in a straight line, sidestepping across the room, or practicing slow, deliberate turns all train your body to respond to shifts in direction. If you want a fun challenge, try standing on a soft surface like a pillow or folded towel suddenly. Every muscle in your legs and core wakes up to keep you steady. But balance is not just physical, it's deeply mental. It requires awareness. When you move with intention, when you focus on your breath, your posture, your alignment, you are training your mind and body to work together again. That's why practices like yoga and Tai Chi are so transformative for older adults. These aren't just exercises, they're lessons in control, patience, and presence. Every slow transition between poses teaches your body to find stability in motion. Every deep breath reconnects your awareness to your movement. And here's something beautiful. The more you practice balance, the more confident you become, not just in your body, but in your life. Fear of falling keeps many people from moving at all. That fear shrinks your world. But when you strengthen your balance, you replace fear with freedom. Suddenly, stairs don't look intimidating, uneven sidewalks don't make you nervous, and you start trusting your body again. I want you to think of balance as your anchor. It's what keeps you upright, grounded, and secure in everything you do, whether you're gardening, dancing, playing with your grandkids, or simply reaching for a book on the top shelf. It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared. Every wobble is progress. Every stumble is practice. Every time you stand back up, you're training resilience, not just in your body, but in your spirit. So, stop thinking of balance training as something small or optional. It's one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. Dedicate just 10 minutes a day. Use your furniture for support. Take slow steps. Close your eyes for a few seconds and feel your body rediscover its center. These movements are not trivial, they are life-saving, because the truth is, balance is not just about preventing falls, it's about preserving independence. It's about being able to live life on your terms, to walk without fear, to stand tall with confidence, and to move through your days with strength and grace. When you master balance, you reclaim more than movement, you reclaim control over your future. And that, my friends, is the most powerful move you can make after 60. Now, let's step into the second move, the move that builds the very foundation of vitality. After 60, strength training. When you hear the word strength, what comes to mind? Heavy dumbbells, gritty gyms, sweaty athletes lifting until exhaustion. Let's erase that old image. Strength, my friends, isn't about bulging biceps or powerlifting trophies. Strength is about stability. It's about being able to rise from a chair with ease, carry groceries without strain, climb stairs without gasping for air, and live every single day without depending on someone else. Strength is the language your body uses to say, I can. Here's a truth we can't ignore. After the age of 30, your body naturally begins to lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. By the time you reach 60, that loss accelerates, unless you fight back. The good news, it's absolutely reversible. Strength training isn't just for the young, it's essential for the wise. In fact, your muscles are waiting, begging to be reawakened, because the moment you start challenging them, even gently, they respond. They grow stronger, they support your joints, they stabilize your posture, and most importantly, they reignite your energy and confidence. So, what does strength training after 60 really look like? It's not about intensity, it's about intention. You don't need a fancy gym or heavy equipment. Your body itself is the most powerful weight you own. Chair squats, wall push-ups, leg raises, and resistance band pulls. These simple movements are mighty when done with focus. Think of a chair squat, sitting down and standing up without using your hands. It may seem simple, but it strengthens your thighs, glutes, and core exact muscles that keep you mobile and independent. Let's talk about that core, too. Your core is not just your abs, it's your powerhouse. It supports your spine, improves your balance, and protects your lower back. A strong core makes everything easier: walking, reaching, bending, even breathing. Try seated knee lifts. gentle planks, or slow torso twists. These aren't just exercises, they're your insurance policy against fragility. Now, one of the biggest fears people have is injury. They worry, what if I hurt myself? But here's the truth. Not strengthening your muscles is what makes you fragile. Weak muscles put pressure on your joints, increase your risk of falls, and make daily activities harder. Strength training doesn't break your body, it rebuilds it. The key is to start slow, listen to your limits, and focus on consistency, not perfection. 2 to 3 short sessions a week can transform your energy, your posture, and your outlook. And let's not forget what happens inside your body. Strength training boosts your metabolism, even at rest. It improves your blood sugar control, strengthens your bones, and supports your heart. It even sharpens your mind, because when your body moves with power, your brain fires with clarity. Science calls it neuromuscular activation, but you'll feel it as something simple: alertness, focus, and renewed life force. Here's what's truly magical about strength training. After 60, it's not just physical transformation, it's emotional empowerment. Every time you push through one more rep, you're sending a message to yourself: I am not done yet. You start walking differently, head higher, shoulders back, steps firmer. That quiet confidence spills into every area of your life. You start realizing that strength training isn't just about muscles, it's about reclaiming your identity. You're no longer defined by age, you're defined by what you can do. And remember, this journey doesn't need to be complicated. Even 10 minutes a day can make a monumental difference. Use water bottles as light weights, stretch bands for resistance, or your own body weight for natural tension. What matters most is movement with intention. Feel the burn, feel the effort, and celebrate the small victories, because those moments are your body waking up again. Strength is the key that unlocks independence. It's what lets you keep driving, keep gardening, keep dancing, and keep living on your terms. So, stop underestimating your body's potential. You are not fragile, you are adaptable. You are not slowing down, you are evolving. Every muscle you strengthen is a statement of defiance against decline, because after 62, the goal isn't to move more, it's to move better, to move with purpose, to move with pride. When you build strength, you don't just add years to your life, you add life to your years. That's the beauty of it. That's the gift of strength training. It's the bridge between where you are and the vibrant, capable, unstoppable version of yourself that's still waiting to emerge. Now let's dive into the third and final move, the one that keeps your body young, your joints free, and your spirit light. Flexibility. After 60, flexibility is more than just the ability to touch your toes or twist your torso. It's the freedom to move without pain, to wake up without stiffness, and to live your life without that constant feeling of tightness holding you back. Flexibility is about keeping your body open, your energy flowing, and your movements effortless. It's about giving yourself permission to move with grace again. Let's face it, stiffness doesn't arrive overnight. It creeps in slowly, almost unnoticed. One morning you reach for something on a high shelf, and your shoulder twinges. You bend down to tie your shoes, and your back resists. You turn your neck to look behind you while driving, and suddenly there's that pulling sensation. That's not just age, it's neglect. When we stop stretching, our muscles shorten, our joints tighten, and our mobility shrinks, little by little. Before we know it, even simple movements feel like hard work. But here's the beautiful truth. Flexibility can be restored at any age. Your body remembers how to move. It's just waiting for you to remind it. Stretching and mobility exercises are your body's love language. They increase blood flow, reduce stiffness, and lubricate your joints, making every movement smoother and easier. When you stretch, you're not just working muscles, you're releasing tension stored from years of stress, poor posture, and inactivity. You're teaching your body to let go. You're telling it, I'm ready to feel good again. You don't need to twist like a gymnast or bend like a dancer. Start where you are. Gentle neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, and slow arm circles can awaken the upper body. Simple seated stretches can loosen your hips and lower back. Try reaching overhead, side to side, and forward, feeling the length in every muscle as you breathe deeply. The key word here is gentle. Flexibility after 60 isn't about pushing harder, it's about moving smarter. Slow, mindful movement helps the connective tissues warm up and expand safely, reducing your risk of injury while improving your range of motion. One of the best practices for flexibility is yoga. Not the extreme kind you see on TV, but gentle, restorative yoga that focuses on breath and alignment. Yoga teaches your body to flow, not fight. Each pose invites balance between strength and softness. And it's not just physical, it's emotional. Stretching while breathing deeply calms your nervous system, reduces anxiety, and lowers stress hormones. That's why flexibility work doesn't just make you limber, it makes you peaceful. Another great option is Pilates, which strengthens and lengthens at the same time. It focuses on controlled movements and core stability while improving your posture and muscle tone. Even simple stretches at home can have incredible benefits when done consistently. Imagine finishing your day with a 5-minute full body stretch routine, arms overhead, back extended, legs gently pulled toward your chest. That small act of self-care tells your body, I value you, I choose to move with ease. Here's something many people don't realize. Flexibility and youthfulness go hand in hand. When you see someone moving fluidly, standing tall, walking smoothly, turning easily, they look younger. Why? Because flexibility radiates vitality. It shows that your body is alive and responsive. And more importantly, it prevents pain from taking over your life. Stiffness often leads to poor posture, which can cause back pain, headaches, and even fatigue. But when your muscles are loose and your joints are mobile, your body functions more efficiently. You breathe better, circulate better, and sleep better. Flexibility also connects directly to confidence. When you can move without fear of pain or strain, you approach life with more enthusiasm. You say yes to more adventures, more dancing, more laughter. You don't hesitate, you participate. That's what flexibility really gives you. Not just movement, but possibility. So, start today. Take 5 deep breaths and stretch your arms toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back. Let your spine extend. Feel that gentle release. That's your body thanking you. Because every stretch you do, no matter how small, is a step toward reclaiming your mobility, your energy, and your joy. Aging does not have to mean stiffening. It can mean soft. Your body is designed to move, not rust. The more you nurture it, the better it responds. And when you pair flexibility with strength and balance, you create a body that doesn't just survive aging, it thrives through it. Remember this, after 6, flexibility is not about bending your body. It's about freeing your life. It's about being able to dance when the music plays, to bend down and hug your grandchild, to stretch toward the sunrise with gratitude and grace. Every time you stretch, you are whispering to your body, we are still alive, we are still moving, we are still limitless. So, here's the truth. My friends, aging is not the slow surrender we've been taught to fear. It's not about fading away, slowing down, or stepping aside. It's about stepping forward stronger, wiser, and more intentional than ever before. After 60, your body doesn't need endless miles of walking. It needs purposeful movement. Movement that challenges your balance, builds your strength, and restores your flexibility. Movement that keeps your spirit young and your body capable of doing what you love for as long as you live. Balance reminds you to stay steady when life wobbles. Strength reminds you that your body still holds power. Flexibility reminds you that your spirit is meant to bend, not break. Together, these 3 moves form a trinity of vitality, a formula, not for just living longer, but for living better. You don't need to chase youth. You need to nurture it from within. When you begin to train with awareness, your body becomes your ally again. Your steps feel lighter. Your back feels straighter. Your confidence rises like the morning sun. You stop living in fear of falling, slowing, or stiffening and start living in rhythm with your body's natural brilliance. Because the truth is, age doesn't limit you, and activity does. The moment you decide to move with purpose, you take back control of your story. So stop walking blindly, hoping for change. Stand tall, plant your feet, and move with intention. Whether it's balancing on one leg in the kitchen, doing a few gentle squats before breakfast, or stretching under the morning light, these small acts are revolutionary. They say to the world, and to yourself, I am still here. I am still strong. I am still becoming. The years behind you have given you wisdom. Now give your body the movement that wisdom deserves, because this right here's your time, not to fade quietly into the background, but to live with energy, grace, and joy. After all, you haven't come this far just to slow down. You've come this far to move bravely, boldly, and beautifully into the best years still ahead of you.